Hello my royal lovelies and welcome back to the channel. This is a bit of a throwback sort of video for me because do you remember when I first started I just used to do videos of pictures and voiceovers, so it's quite nice, a little trip down memory lane for you people that have been subscribed for a very long time. Right, there is only one photo that I can see at the moment at this point of making this video of Harry and Meghan. They have arrived in Colombia. Let's rejoice for the messiahs. Harry and Meghan have arrived. Oh my goodness, we can all relax and sleep easy now that Harry and Meghan have arrived in one of the world's most dangerous countries. I really hope that they feel very safe and secure. Anyway, I am sure that there will be plenty more pictures to come, but I wanted to give my initial reaction to this first photo of them. So I'm going to do a little bit of pinching and zooming, so just bear with me while I do. It looks like Meghan has got that perma grin on her mug, doesn't it? Is she giving someone a bit of side eye as well, or is she suddenly gone a bit squint? Has she got a squint? I don't know, she's kind of looking all directions apart from where she should be. Maybe she's looking for any assassination attempts. I don't know. But yeah, she just looks a bit squiffy. Look at that. Permagrin, hair kind of in that very Wallis Simpson style that she's been adopting. She does give that kind of Wallis vibes, doesn't she? I'm not sure what she's wearing. Who she's wearing. Although it is rather apt. I'm not quite sure what she's wearing either, because it's buttoned and then kind of splayed out. A bit like a corset gone wrong, really, isn't it? I'm trying to make out what bangles she's got on. Can't quite see. But what I can see is that she's carrying a big white handbag, or a purse, as you might say, in the US. And I'm wondering what's inside it. Now, I'm thinking that Harry might have got a little bit bored on the plane. So maybe she packed Harry's colouring book and pencils. Maybe he was doing a word search. Maybe there's a Connect 4. Maybe a bit of travel Monopoly. Not quite sure. Yeah, I think definitely perhaps his colouring book. Yeah, or maybe even handwriting practice. She's got her trotters in a pair of black, are they flats or stilettos? I can't quite tell. But the one thing I can see about Harry's feet, he's actually changed his shoes. I mean, he normally wears those brown things, doesn't he, that he hasn't changed in absolute years, donkey's years. He's got shiny shoes. Maybe that's the activity that he was doing on the plane. He's been shining his shoes, and you could certainly see a reflection in those. Just look at that gleam from those shoes. My goodness. Maybe if he holds one up to Meghan, she can see her reflection in one of his shiny shoes, and she can go, "Shoe, shoe on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And the shoe will reply, "Meghan, it is not you that is the fairest of them all. It is but a foreign princess. Catherine is her name. She is much more fair than you." And you can just imagine her stomping those trotters on the plane, destabilizing everything. Now, Harry's got actually, I quite like Harry's suit. To be fair, I actually quite like his suit. The one thing I will pick up on, I'm sure they have been puckering up on the plane. Maybe they've joined the Mile High Club. I don't know. Anyway, one thing I've noted, now I'm not zooming in on his man piece. I'm focusing a little bit above, so eyes up people. He's not wearing a belt. Just look at that. Now, I've got a thing. I don't like men not wearing socks, and I don't like anything like formal trousers without a belt. Whether you need one or not, for me, that is not important. I just think a belt finishes off the outfit. So yeah, I just think he is lacking a belt. But I quite like the suit, I have to say. I'm not quite sure who the designer is. Let's just move up. Now, what's that peeking from down his shirt. Is it a necklace? Is it some kind of recording device? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his glasses on one of those on one of those chains. Maybe it's a pair of sunglasses dangling. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to zoom in to see if I can see a recording microphone for Netflix or anything. I can't quite make it out, but he's wearing some kind of black. It looks like a leather strap or something. I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe it's a monocle. Maybe he's taken to wearing a monocle because he thinks it makes him look intelligent. Not quite sure. Anyway, the shirt is open, easy breezy. Let's not hope a gust doesn't come and blow down there. But it is open. He's not wearing a tie. Now, his face looks a little bit glum, doesn't it, my loves? I can definitely see Charles. Now, for those people that say that Charles, the king, is not his father, that it's James Hewitt, you're talking a load of nonsense, my loves. Just look at the mid portion of the face. I'm zooming in. The mid portion of the face is Charles. He has Charles's eyes down to a T. He really, really does. Now, he hasn't got his toupee on. He hasn't tried to sort of, disguise his hair loss like he does. Look, I'm not picking on any man for hair loss. I actually think a bald man looks very distinguished and very handsome. Just look at William with his stubble and his he's follically challenged, isn't he? But both brothers are. The point that I'm trying to make, that I'm trying to hammer home, is that you shouldn't. Those in glass houses shouldn't cast stones. Harry has been picking on William, since Spare for William losing his hair. And Harry's just going exactly the same way, so it doesn't really make sense. So I am kind of hammering home the point about hair loss, just because Harry can't have his cake and eat it, my loves. So anyway, he's looking even more bald than normal. Facially, I think he's looking quite a lot like Charles, that mid portion of the face. Let me know what you think. But he's kind of pursing his lips in that normal Harry fashion, isn't he? Now, there's an arrow next to his head that's pointing the other way. Now, I suggest anybody in Colombia get out of the country for the next 4 days, if you can, because those two are going to be absolutely insufferable. They're going to be going to all kinds of different engagements, being forced on the poor, unsuspecting public. What's going on in the background? I can't really see that much is going on. I can't see a film crew in tow, but I'm sure there's one there. The film crew is probably in front of them, probably 10 paces ahead, filming everything, which is why she's beaming, isn't she? She's beaming. And perhaps her eyes are scanning so that she can find the next thing to be insufferable over. Maybe she's looking for a poor, unsuspecting child to rush to and get down on her knees so that she can emulate Princess Diana, who Harry is absolutely convinced that Meghan is like. I think that Meghan sort of does subliminal mind control on Harry. I reckon when he's sleeping, she whispers in his ear, a little bit like ASMR, and she says things like, Harry, Meghan is like Diana, Meghan is like your mother. And then he wakes up and thinks all of the things that she's been whispering into his ears are the truth, when in reality they're not. Now, are all those buttons on her waistcoat thing, top, blouse, whatever you want to call it, different sizes? I think they are. I'm not quite sure what I feel about that. Anyway, so they are there in Colombia at the request of the Vice President, or invitation, I should say, Francia Marquez. I'm not sure if I've said that correctly, so I do apologise if my pronunciation is not correct. Also, I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing Bogota correctly. Is it? I'm not quite sure, basically, so I do apologise if I haven't got that correct. But I do know I'm saying Colombia correct. So yes, I imagine that there will be some kind of documentary or this visit will be documented and will be published somewhere. I'm absolutely sure. Right, before I go, I'm just going to refresh the page that I'm looking at to see if any more photos have come through. And if they have, I can add them on for you. I don't think there's anything yet. So anyway, they are expected to stay in a £2,500, I'm not sure what that is in dollars, maybe something like $3,000, in a presidential suite. Oh, I'm sure that will please Megsy baby, won't it? She's going to stay in the presidential suite. It's just like when Edward tried to impress Wallis by taking her to see Hitler, isn't it? Anyway, so it has been billed, as we know, as a quasi-royal fake tour. So I think what they are trying to do is still be royal. They're still trying to hold a kind of semi-royal court, and it's just not working. It makes them look absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this. You know, it really is pathetic. So thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and of course do hit the bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. And let me know, have you enjoyed this kind of just picture talking chatty video? Do let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Please subscribe. Goodbye, my royal lovelies.